Guys. Army. This community. What happened in Tampa is something we genuinely need to sit down and talk about. Not casually, not just as another fan moment, but as something bigger. Because this wasn't just another concert, this wasn't just another performance on a world tour. This felt like a shift. And if you've been watching closely, if you've been following every clip, every reaction, every replay, you already know exactly who became the center of that moment. Yeah, we're talking about Jimin. And listen, I know that's a strong claim. In a group like BTS, where every member has their own power, their own presence, their own identity on stage, to say one stood out the most? That's not something you throw around lightly. But what happened in Tampa? It's forcing people to say it. From the second Jimin stepped onto that stage, there was something different in the air. You could feel it, even if you were just watching through a phone screen miles away. The crowd's reaction changed, the energy shifted, and suddenly, all eyes were locked in. And here's the crazy part. He didn't have to force it. He didn't have to do anything extra or exaggerated. It was subtle, controlled, almost quiet in a way, but insanely powerful. That kind of presence doesn't come from trying hard. It comes from knowing exactly who you are on that stage. Now let's slow this down for a second, because I want you to really picture this. The lights hit, the music starts building, and there's this anticipation in the air. People are screaming, cameras are shaking, everyone's trying to capture the moment. And then Jimin appears. Not rushing, not overdoing anything. Just stepping into the moment like he owns it. And instantly, something clicks. The crowd reacts, but it's more than just excitement. It's recognition. Like they're witnessing something they know is going to matter. And that's when things start to escalate. Because once the performance gets going, Jimin doesn't just maintain that energy. He builds on it. His vocals come in, and they're not just stable, they're expressive. There's emotion in every note. There's intention behind every line. You can hear the control, but you can also feel the vulnerability. And that combination, that's rare. A lot of performers can sing well, a lot of performers can dance well, but not everyone can make you feel something while doing both at the same time. And then comes the movement. Guys, the way Jimin moves on stage is something else. It's not just choreography, it's storytelling. Every step, every turn, every gesture feels connected to the music in a way that's almost hypnotic. You don't just watch him, you follow him. Your eyes naturally go where he goes. Your attention locks onto him without you even realizing it. And that's what people mean when they say, dominant. It's not about overpowering others. It's about naturally becoming the center of gravity on that stage. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Because as the show goes on, you start noticing the smaller details. The things that don't get talked about enough, but actually make the biggest difference. The way he looks at the crowd. The timing of his expressions. The pauses. Those brief, intentional moments where he doesn't do anything. And somehow that becomes the most powerful part of the performance. That level of control? That's not accidental. That's years of experience, discipline, and understanding what works on a global stage. And people noticed. Not just fans. Everyone. Clips started circulating everywhere. Social media exploded with reactions, edits, slow-motion breakdowns. And it wasn't just, he looks good, or he performed well. It was deeper than that. People were analyzing his stage presence, talking about his charisma, comparing moments, pointing out specific seconds where he completely took over the performance. And when you see that kind of detailed attention, you know something significant just happened. What's even more powerful is how this moment is being discussed beyond just fandom spaces. Conversations about performance standards, about stage dominance, about what it means to truly captivate an audience. Jimin's name keeps coming up. And not in a casual way. In a serious way. In a way that suggests people are starting to see him not just as a member of a successful group, but as a benchmark for performance itself. Think about that. In an industry filled with global artists, massive productions, and constant competition, to stand out like this, To create a moment that cuts through all of that noise. That's not normal. That's impact. That's influence. Now here's the question that keeps coming up. Is this his peak? Or is this just the beginning of something even bigger? Because if this is the level he's operating at right now, at the start of a major tour, what happens next? How does he evolve from here? What moments are still coming that we haven't even seen yet? And this is where the excitement really builds. Because as fans, as a community, we're not just watching a performance. We're watching a trajectory. We're watching growth in real time. And moments like Tampa, they become reference points. They become the standard that future performances get compared to. At the same time, we have to stay grounded. Because it's easy to get carried away, to exaggerate, to turn everything into hype. But what makes this moment special is that it doesn't need exaggeration. The reactions speak for themselves. The impact is visible. The conversations are happening naturally. So when people say, Jimin was the most dominant performer in Tampa, it's not just a fan statement. It's an observation. It's something that came from watching, analyzing, and feeling the performance as it unfolded. And honestly, that's what makes this so powerful. It's not forced. It's not manufactured. It's real. So now I want to bring it back to you guys. Because this isn't just about one performance. It's about how we experience these moments together. Did you feel that shift when you watched the clips? Did something about his performance stand out to you in a way that you couldn't ignore? Or do you think there are even bigger moments coming that will take this to another level? Because one thing is clear. This conversation isn't ending anytime soon. If anything, it's just getting started. And if you've been following this, if you've been feeling this energy, if you're excited to see what comes next, make sure you're part of this journey. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what you think, because honestly, moments like this are even better when we talk about them together.